Now by the resident electoral commissioner in Imo State. Quick one, perhaps we can just get one or two updates from her before we move on. Thank you for joining us, Professor Silva Agu, on the program this evening. We understand that elections will be taking place in about 38 polling units because there was zero registration in those areas. Walk us through what the update is a few days to election. All right, we'll get back to the prof, perhaps subsequently. But we're turning our attention quickly to developments in the presidency, where President Tinubu has been really speaking tough about the need to deliver on his campaign promises. Recall that last week he was very clear at the cabinet retreat where he mentioned and intimated his ministers with the rule of engagement perform or be sacked. Let's speak to the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga. Thank you for joining us on the program this evening. The off-cycle election this Saturday is the first under the Tinubu administration, and many consider it a litmus test for Mr. President. What can Nigerians look forward to? Have there been any major reforms with the electoral body in the past 8 months?
No, past 8 months, we've not been going more than 5 months. So Mr. President will not do anything that is not constitutional. He followed the rule of law. He has no business interfering in the election. It's INEC's call. So INEC has all the support, all the laws, the finance, and everything to be able to conduct this election. In the budget, supplementary budget, the president allocated some money, about 18 billion or so, to enable INEC to conduct this election. So we are not going to interfere. Not interfering. INEC will follow the rule of law. INEC will do its work as defined by its own rules and conduct the election to the satisfaction of the people.
Well, Mr. Ononuga, there are some controversies as regards the resident electoral commissioner appointments recently made by Mr. President. There have been mentions of certain known political figures and politically exposed persons. How concerned is the presidency about this development?
Well, I'm aware of the one made in the Africa one. There is a resident electoral commissioner that is still in place, and no one has been appointed. And I think the INEC chairman has spoken to this, and he has said that the new one will have to wait for the older one to finish his tenure. But that's the one that I'm aware of. I'm not aware of politicians or particularly exposed persons being appointed to run INEC.
But if there is substance to these claims, is this something the presidency is willing to look into?
No, the president has always said that he's not infallible. He can make mistakes in appointments, and once people draw these errors to his attention, he will make amends. So let me see if all those things they're talking about are correct, Mr. President can reverse himself and make necessary amendments. He has done it before, can't do it all over again.
Interesting development. Last week, you made some clarification about what is virally known as the presidential yacht, talking about the fact that he has nothing to do with Mr. President. Speak to us about how the presidency is managing what seems disinformation in this regard.
Well, yeah, I think from the avalanche of information in the media, either social media or mainstream media, is very clear, and he made it very clear. Mr. President did not request for the Yacht. It was the idea of the Navy, and it is not even the first time. I don't know why in our country, anytime we hear the word yacht or something, we're always excited, and we want to enter into a messy controversy. In 2011, the Navy made a similar request to President Jonathan. And Jonathan said, well, it's not that he didn't shoot it down. He asked that the Navy go and source for the phone from via what they call environment. So this thing again is surface. It's not new. The Navy has always maintained what they call a presidential yacht. It's not the first time in our history. It always keeps coming, keep going. During the presidency of President Shagari, or even during the military presidency of Ibrahim Babangida, there was something like that. So it's always been there. It's part of the naval fleet.
All right.
It's not new. But in this case, Mr. President did not ask anybody to buy a yacht. He doesn't need it. He didn't request for it. It's a Navy idea. You must have read the papers that even the Navy admitted that this yacht was brought in as far back as June this year.
All right.
When President Tinubu was barely trying to settle down as the new president of Nigeria.
I'm afraid that's our time. We'll continue this conversation later. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. Thank you for talking to us on the program this evening.
Thank you. Hope to see you again.